Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are in the shop. We will be leaving the shop shortly, but first I need to go ahead and make a path to the truck. That is because we actually have a rare event going on, and what that is snow. I know that might sound kind of stupid, but around here we don't get a lot of accumulation. Like, we'll get an inch or two maybe, but I think we've already had 5 or 6 inches dropped, and it's supposed to keep snowing for like another 6 or 7 hours. So we might actually get like up to 8 to 10 inches of snow, something like that. But and yeah, you guys can see the truck is covered, and if you look, I mean, this might be a little bit of a drift, but you guys can see we're just at about a little bit over 8 inches. Now, I'm not gonna say we have 8 inches everywhere, but at that one particular spot, it is 8 inches thick. I could see it actually going down if you guys look down the driveway a little bit. It is dropping down a couple inches. So we probably have at least 5 or 6 inches. But in a couple spots, we got 8. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the truck started. This is the first time in like 3+ years of owning this truck that we'll be able to go play in the snow, because it simply hasn't snowed here since the last video I made, and that was with the Duramax, and that was probably 5+ years ago. So yeah, let's get this thing cranked up and get the defroster on. And there you go. So we will let this warm up while I make a path out here, get some pictures, and we should be good to go exploring a little bit out in the snow. You just saw us drive a little bit around in the snow. Been a long time since we've done any of that. Actually, the previous truck was the last time we did that, and that was the Duramax. So we'll actually have the link to that video up above. But yeah, just kind of a snow day around here. I was gonna work on the Corvette a little bit, but it's like 20 degrees in here, and I don't want to be out here. So I will say this, I did try both 4 low and 4 high on my street, and I was the first person that attempted to leave the street. There's a little bit of a hill. It drove just fine, but when I got to the more clear area, I just put the transfer case back in auto mode, and it drove just fine. I basically didn't have any issues on the rest of the trip home. So I will say this, I had a little bit of extracurricular fun in a parking lot, and yeah, that was a little fun doing that in the ZR2. And the truck kicked the rear end out pretty well with just stock L87 with 430 horse. Now imagine that with a 6 or 7 horsepower LT4 behind it. Yeah, I think that'll do circles a little bit easier. So, but that is for the future at some point. And speaking of the LT4, I just ordered an oil pan for it. I think it ended up being like $150 through Rock Auto. So we will have that here shortly, and that will allow us to permanently wrap up the bottom end. So front cover, the rear cover, and the oil pan. We'll get that all installed and we'll be good to go. Also, I think we'll be able to do the harmonic balancer as well. So quick update on the LT4. Now, I did manage to snap a couple pictures while we're driving. We'll include those here. And as you can see, the roads were in fairly decent condition. The back roads that had not been driven on, obviously took those a little bit slower. The more main roads, I was able to go down those without any issue. And kind of like I said, I left the transfer case in auto, and it worked just fine getting the car, home. So we had no issues. Now, I was prepared for this storm. Actually, I was prepared for a storm from last week. We actually had a ice storm last weekend. It was supposed to be like this. It was supposed to be like 10 inches of snow. The snow all went north of here. Actually, I think it was more like Virginia than North Carolina. So we didn't get any snow, but we did get a couple inches of ice. And I'll have a couple pictures of that here when I was actually trying to heat up the ice with a roofing torch. I think I picked that up on Amazon or something. It's just a propane burner, and you try to heat up the ice to melt it. Well, the ice wasn't melting at all because it was 2 or 3 inches thick, and it didn't do anything. So now I have 2 messes to clean up. I have probably 9+ inches of snow on top of that inch or 2 of ice that's still left over from the last week. And unfortunately, in the winter months, the front of our house, the way the sun is sitting in the sky, the sun does not hit in front of the garage. So right here in front of the main bay, nothing but a slick ice rink before this snowstorm started. Now I've got a slick ice rink with ice on top of it. And so to prepare for that storm, I actually replaced the batteries in the winch remote control. I made sure that worked. So we fixed the winch up, and also I had a kinetic rope with me. I bought that actually for the half-mile event up in Indy last year. And it's just an Amazon branded one. I think it was like under $50. So if we needed to stop and try to help someone, I did have a winch and a kinetic rope. So we were as prepared as we could be. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just a quick, entertaining video going out in the snow and enjoying it. And unfortunately, we're going to have to shovel all the rest of that. I did make a path for the truck to get out, but I didn't do the rest of the driveway, so we got to do that. We don't get a lot of these in the Carolinas, like I said. The last time I did a video like this was with the Duramax, and that was like, I think 5+ years ago. And the prior time to that, the only time I can remember getting any decent accumulation, I'm saying like 3 inches or more, was when I lived in my first house in South Charlotte, and that has been 10+ years ago. So, and I've been down here almost 20 years. So we've gotten like 3 storms in, almost 2 decades, and it just doesn't happen in this area of the Carolinas. So yeah, that's gonna be it. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see updates on the LT4, we will have a video very soon. Rock Auto has already shipped that oil pan, so hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. If you guys want to help support the channel, check out all the links down below. Obviously, we didn't do any work on the cars today, but I think we'll have a link to the kinetic rope. I did buy that on Amazon, so we'll include a link for that. And also make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Any support you give there goes right back into the channel. We have a ton of used C6 parts, so go check that out. We got stickers, merch, t-shirts, all that stuff, and that's gonna be it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.